On the Dawg Daily with the Bad Bros, Jon and Nez hanging out, Black and Yellow Dog app platform of the people. Underdog qualifier for the Dog Bowl number 5? Question mark 5 or 6? Number 5, I believe. Here today, losing track of the days there, but exciting stuff. We got a beautiful 9-game slate to break down here, Nez. And at the end of today, 2 more people will be joining us in and around the Venice Beach area, according to my media package I received the other day. Yeah, things are looking up and up for this trip to LA.
Yeah, getting excited, laser focused on today's slate and trying to get there. And man, it's a big one, man. There are so many scrolls today. I'm kind of my head's kind of spinning.
Yeah, no, absolutely, bro. Yeah, there's 9 games to talk about, so it's the biggest Dog Bowl slate we've had yet. I think everything up until this point has been 8s and 7s, so there's that. It is 9, right? Am I
Yeah, it is 9. Yeah.
Yeah, and lots of moving pieces here with some of those back end Q tags. A couple of these cover boys have some mystery, some ambiguity to them. One with a Q tag on Cooper Flag there, and one with a Q tag on Nurk, where just evergreen never know what Utah's going to do on the second night of a back to back there. So we'll walk through all that. Yes, I will be the guy with my shirt off at Gold's Gym, muscle beaching it up. I'll be the guy on his glow in the dark roller skates. Skating down the beach there. No, I have no idea, guys. But I do know there are some very cool things planned for us now. It sounds like Lakers. It sounds like a bit of a yacht / boat. I think it's gonna be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to hear what you said in the last 10 seconds because I put in my headphones and then they didn't actually connect. But sound like you just divulged every second of our plan. While we're there.
It does. I think it's becoming official here, and I want to sell the experience because I was saying earlier that I don't think when people are signing up for the Dog Bowl that they fully know. They know what they're getting into in terms of prize structure and that sort of thing. But last year's NBA Dog Bowl was truly incredible. It was incredible. So yeah, they're going to be running it back in an even bigger fashion this year. So excited for people to jump aboard here.
My first time doing an NBA Dog Bowl, John. So I can't wait to partake in some of these stories this time around. So
damn right, bro. Yeah, gonna be good. I'll pull it up for everyone here before we talk about last night and the slate ahead. I will pull up the schedule for everybody here. Tomorrow we're gonna do some multi-sport stuff. I know there is a basketball slate tomorrow. Maybe we'll mix in a little bit of basketball tomorrow, just some kind of rapid fire off the top. But I think we're going to do a baseball show tomorrow and draft a dinger together and just feel all the feels of that. And then on Friday, off and on the clock, is going to be a Dog Bowl show. So we're Dog Bowl chasing today. We are Dog Bowl chasing on Friday. And then on Thursday, a.k.a. tomorrow, we're going to mix in some multi-sport content for the people here. Eggers, I can tell you, I will not be drafting in the TJ McConnell jersey, but the Pacers do, in fact, play the Lakers on the March 6th night. So you bet your ass which jersey I'll be wearing that night. So yes, there you go. In the flesh. Yeah, Nez, anything else to say kind of macro for today? Like not slate specific, but just macro for today for Dog Bowl and plans for the week, that sort of deal. You're muted, my friend.
Yep. No. Nothing from me, man. Just like I said, just dialed in on the slate, trying to get mine,
Yeah, no, hope you do, man. You deserve it. Yeah, let's get yours today here, and let's talk about how we're gonna do that. But first, last night we got to talk about the games. I did not watch the late window of games there, so I actually have a question for you. Did Josh Hart get hurt, and that's why he did not close?
I did not watch the Knicks.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe we'll tap in with our resident Knicks expert, Nick, in the chat there, because I saw that there was a stint where he did not close last night. And I don't know, he only had 2 fouls. He had 31 minutes, but they closed, Mitch Robb and Miles McBride, and then both of them are going to be on the injury report today, I imagine. So, yeah, anyways, I was just curious because he did not there. Start with pick and roll here. Shout out to Just Brett. Best Ball Vipers in second there. SGA was all you needed in this contest. Didn't give you a huge score, but Alex Sarr was the story of the slate. We talked about it on the program, how people were jumping the shark and taking him really high there. And, well, there was no place that was too high for Alex Sarr to go because he puts up 69 fantasy points in that one. Klingon and Shaden Sharp both have good games despite Denny Avdia being in there. That was kind of like the slop it up dumpster fire game of the night where you needed a bunch of pieces. And then shout out to Paul George, man, gets the probable tag earlier than Embiid gets the Q tag. Looked like Embiid was going to break the slate in the first quarter. He had 35 fantasy points or something in the first fucking quarter. And then he does nothing the remainder of the game, which was truly crazy. But a turn back the clock night for PG there. So shout out to Just Brett in the $100 contest. I thought I had an absolute stranglehold on that one, not going to lie. And then shout out to GWB, who takes down this one. Also friends of the show, JT McKenzie and Pepper Tony up here. Steven's up here as well. Dallas was a qualifier for the Dog Bowl last year as well there. So tons of friends and family up at the top here. But GWB gets that Cade plus Chet plus Sar combination. The Chet and Sar stuff was projecting so effing well. I will pay my respects to the Ryan Rollins in capital letters there. Shout out Ryan Rollins there, who even when he gets all the minutes and all the usage in the world and hits his ceiling, he still gets 45 fucking fantasy points. So never wrong, always right, Nez, even when he's in the winning lineup. And then
you're wrong.
And then Shaden Sharp started to drop near the end of the day there when Denny Avdia got added in and we knew he was playing. So Shaden was falling a little bit. He falls to 26 in this one. He fell back to a bunch of the 101 teams as the day went on, and people were pushing Bobby Portis above him and that sort of thing. And then Paul George, man, only 34% owned. First time we've seen ceiling like this. Well, first time we've seen big boy ceiling from Paul George. He shot a shit ton of threes last night. I think he was 9 or 10 for 15 from 3 last night. So Paul George icing some throwback threes, and 32 actual here for 50 fantasy points in the last round was the guy you needed.
Yeah, that was crazy. I had no Paul George last night, but I had 40% Alex Sarr, 20% Cade, 20% Rollins, and 20% of the fourth player that I didn't name on this team, and lost money. So
Sarr or Chet? Yeah, Sarr or Chet.
Chet, yeah, I was all over Chet against New Orleans. Bad night to run hot at SGA. I had 20% SGA.
Guy can't buy it.
I thought I crushed this slate. I thought I played this slate extremely well.
It sounds like you did.
It
sounds like you did. It just sounds like the flipping of Harden and Embiid and that over Cade and stuff at the front end of the board didn't give you this combo. Is more or less what happened, right?
Yeah, I mean, I had K2 pretty much all day.
Oh, yeah.
At 20%.
It didn't even line up for you.
No, classic.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Just giving my run good for today.
Good. Yeah. Let's get it, man. I did not have a ton of PG last night, and I actually swapped away from PG despite the models telling me to swap to PG. I just kind of waved that shit, even though Quentin Grimes was out there. But who knows? Maybe my guys turned back the clock a little bit there. Anything else to say on last night's slate, Nez?
No, not particularly.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Shout out to the Wizards though. Called that game being very much mispriced by the markets there, and Wizards got it done. Yeah, fun team are the Wizards. They're like the combined age of under 21 years old is their starting lineup, so they're a fun team.
Wow, that's crazy that they can still do that with Middleton out there.
That was out without Middleton.
You got to be young to pull Middleton's age down.
Nah, that was without Middleton.
Oh, man. There you go. Yes, Eggers, I do never check your contest. I always only play the main and the 100. So if you did some stuff in the crossover, I'm sorry, my friend. Did you make some noise in the crossover and or the what's it called? buzzer beater,
layup line,
and one of the two.
I don't even think he cashed in the crossover. I'm not even kidding. I don't think I saw Eggers there.
Needy rolling through saying new to these draft games, but it's fun AF. Love it, man. Love it. Stick around. You'll learn some shit and you'll win some shit. I promise. Yeah, Nez, that's all I gotta say. Oh, except for my fun personal story from last night. I was touching ice in the late window there, dude, and I pride myself in my ability to be quick-witted and chirpy, right? Like I think everybody's come to know that by now that I got a one-liner, I got a zinger, I got a comeback always kind of thing. And I got absolutely sauced by some 22-year-old kid last night so hard. I turned the puck over.
How old?
Probably like 22, 23, something like that. I think normally my puck related stories are like glorifying me against these young kids. We played with 9 against some young kids who were actually good, and this kid was wearing all his old college gear last night, and we get a turnover on the power play. So we're on the power play and we're kind of rotating up at the top of the blue line there. Turnover, and I have maybe 3 feet on this kid to make sure I get the puck back before we get to the red line. And now I could tell you that I'm not the fastest guy in the world anymore, and I'm a little tired at this point. But this kid clean beats my ass, goes on a penalty kill breakaway, and just buries instantly, right? And as I'm like catching up on the back check, he goes, "Sick wheels unk," right? Like that after he gets me, right? And I go, "Holy fuck, this kid's gonna go like this," right? And I go, "Buddy, I'm 17 years older than you." Like I just like threw out a number, and then he goes, "So there's no good years left on them good years," and skates away.
Damn.
I was like, dude, never in my life has like cat got my tongue like that in that isolated moment. No, there ain't no good years left on them good years then. And just skates by and daps up the bench after scoring. I was like, oh man, like I can't even say anything. I was like, this kid, I'm saving that one in my back pocket for like another day. Cause I was like, this kid went straight 104 Paul Skeens gas at my neck. I was like, yo, hat tip. That's all I could say.
You just dropped the bat and walked to the dugout after that, man. There's just nothing you can do about that. God damn.
Oh, good years left on them good years. I was like, holy fuck, I'm dead, man.
This dude needs to be writing like slam poetry or something. Holy shit.
And honestly, Nez, like it was no hezzy either. Like it was like he had this zinger, like he had this one fucking ready, man.
He couldn't
like
wait for you to do something.
It was crazy, dude. It was crazy. I just like I couldn't help but just be like, holy fucking laugh. Like it was crazy.
Tip your cap, man. That's all you can do. That's all you can do at that point.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'd like to say that I got him back later in the game, but I absolutely did not. I did not.
No, it doesn't sound like it. No, he had you shook. It's
oh yeah. I had a tuck, but we still lost 4-2 and did nothing relevant. So, oh man, it was fucking good. Had to get that one off my chest because I like to, as much as I like to share the glorified stuff. I like, I'm also, I got to keep it humble, right? You got to keep it humble by keeping yourself in check here and sharing this time so you get absolutely sauced. All right, Nez, we got 9 games on this one. We got Cleveland without Evan Mobley in the first game there. We got some Q tags that have now shifted around a little bit in the Heat game there. Davion Mitchell's going to be out in that one, and we got a probable tag on Norm Powell, who's in the last round. Knicks are on the second night of a back-to-back and traveling north of the border to play Toronto there. And then no idea what Will Hardy's going to do in the late night hammer against an undermanned Warriors team there. So the 2 teams on the back-to-backs that I was alluding to there, back-end back-to-backs that is, are the Knicks and the Utah Jazz. And then on the front end of back-to-backs, we have Charlotte and Dallas who play each other tomorrow. We have Miami and Chicago who play each other tomorrow. We have Minnesota who plays OKC tomorrow. And then we have Atlanta and Houston who both play each other tomorrow. So of the 7 teams on front end back-to-backs, 6 of them play each other tomorrow, which is just kind of a interesting little wrinkle. Probably means more for tomorrow's slate than today's. Nationally televised games are the Lakers at the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first window. These are ESPN nationally televised, not Prime Video. And then we have San Antonio, the Battle of Texas here, or 2 of the teams, San Antonio versus Houston in the late night window there. That's kind of like the macro lay of the land. It's a Luka slate. It's a Wemby slate. We saw Wemby get up to 30. Thoughts all around here?
Yeah, like you said, Luka against the Cavs, who are very shorthanded right now. Already been pretty vulnerable all season long, so that's a pretty interesting spot. Obviously, LeBron going back to Cleveland is a huge talking point too. Hard not to get overweight Braun today. First round, I would say the first 10 picks I think are really, really strong today. After that, things really get shaken up and things really start to get choose your own adventure-y. Yeah, I happen to like today quite a bit.
Okay. Right on, dude. Yeah. Got a good pulse on it by the sounds of it. You were on the Cooper Flag stuff nice and early here. Put him on the cover there on your request there. So yeah. Thoughts on the Ant dynamic of the slate, because he had a Q tag earlier and was falling a little bit, but now he's kind of like, hovering in that 7, 8, 9, 10 range there. Any worries, concerns, thoughts, feelings, anything like that?
No, I thought he was like a lock to play today. So
I feel like
I wasn't worried about it.
Yeah, do you feel like the draft rooms were treating it as such? Like I kind of feel like he was just
Yeah. He wasn't falling very much. It was like a pretty strong tier from Ant. So maybe he fell to Luka. I don't know. He didn't. Yeah, I don't think I have any Luka, and certainly not in the dog bowl. But yeah, I don't think that those are anything to necessarily worry about. Yeah, that's like a pretty strong tier, and I don't even know that Şengün's included in it. But yeah.
Yeah, you think Şengün's a bit below that in on today's slate with the Wemby stuff?
For me, he's on the outside looking in. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, nice little stance there. I'm fucking around with the NBA injury report, and it's giving me shit from like yesterday. It's giving me like I don't know what's going on.
Dude, the Bulls had Jalen Smith listed out tomorrow with a concussion.
They had him listed out already?
Yeah, he doesn't even have a concussion. Is he getting concussed? Is he getting concussed tonight?
Yeah, I don't know if this is an old report or
is it still up?
Yeah, it's still up on this one that I just saw. Oh, where'd it go? Oh no, it just
they had Giddey listed out too.
Yeah, so they have second night of a back-to-back listings here. Miami at Chicago tomorrow. And then they have Herter, Giddey, Jalen Smith. Dude, that's fucked up. If this actually happens tomorrow.
Dude, what if he gets concussed tonight?
Dude, the script writers? Hold on. I'm going to screen grab this right now. I don't know if you guys could see that. Okay, no. I'm screen grabbing that and we're circling back tomorrow. Okay, that's fucked up, dude. That's weird. Wild. Yeah, I just screen. The script's leaked. Yeah. GA's all over it. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's
peculiar.
John's listed out tomorrow because of no good years. Oh, good shit. Had to pay my respects.
Yeah, I think we figured it out. Bogey is saying that it's a makeup game, so they probably grabbed that injury report from that point in time.
Got it.
Yeah, and Nick is also saying Jalen had a concussion earlier in the year, so that's definitely exactly what happened.
There you go. Yeah, so they're pulling a report from the previous one. That makes sense. Okay. This is interesting though. Now the NBA site's only giving me injury reports from like 7:15 a.m. Like they're not giving me any of the most recent. Even when you go to the official website. Are you seeing the same thing as me? Bizarre.
The latest I see, is 9:45. I don't see anything after that.
Oh, at least you're getting 9:45. I'm only getting, as much as I refresh this or go back every single time, I'm only getting 7:15. Rigged, man.
It's weird.
It's rigged, man. Pete Overset's in on it.
He's in on it.
Pete Overset's in on it. The Raps are in on it. Oh shit. All right, dude. I think we're gonna get to all of it as we walk through. I just took Lowry out of my rankings. Nick, now that you're in the chat, Nick, can you tell me why Josh Hart didn't close last night? Did he actually get banged up? Why did he not close, and why does he have a Q tag on him right now? I just imagine Mitch Rob's not playing today, but I don't have an official submission from them yet. All right, dude, let's jump over to the beautiful Unabated and rip this thing. First game on the slate, Bulls and Pacers, man, 235.5 here, 2.5 by way of the Bulls. Pacers getting a little healthier here. We had Benny Math come back and play like 25, I believe it was. G Leaguers listed out here. Oh, that's not true. That is not true. Ethan Thompson listed probable here. Obi Toppin has the out tag. Tyrese Halliburton has the out tag, and Jarris Walker has a Q tag. So things getting muddied in the Pacers. Usually only about 2.5, maybe 3 guys that you can draft from their side anyways. And then on the Bulls, they are missing a little bit of front court depth with Zach Collins there. They are missing Trey Jones for second unit handling. And then they have the G Leaguers listed as out here. Let's start with the Bulls there. Nez, thoughts on Giddey did not rejoin the starting lineup last time out, but he played almost 30. He played 28 there. Him and Vooch kind of going in this mid-range here. Thoughts on the two of them?
Yeah, I prefer Giddey over Vooch. Minutes are coming up. Good spot for Giddey. All of that, I think, eats into what Vooch can do from a fantasy standpoint, which is like all offensive. So, I like Giddey quite a bit. I have him over Vooch. I have a good bit of Giddey today. The exact number is TBD. I will tell you in a second. But yeah, I'm really into Giddey today.
All right, cool. Yeah, I tend to agree with you, man. I know we like to occasionally like to attack bigs against that Pacers team, but yeah, this does feel like can Giddey finally draw into the starting lineup and then sit tomorrow kind of spot.
Yeah, I know it is interesting. A lot of back-to-backs, like you mentioned off the top. Yeah, I mean, obviously he's good to go. So just a matter of if they do like a LaMelo Ball thing with him or not.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope it would be like play the front end and play the front end full and start tonight. But yeah, they might just do like a 28-28 or a 25-25 and do exactly as you alluded to, that mellow stuff. Kobe White becomes more interesting with no Trey Jones for second unit handling stuff. He also becomes way more interesting if we knew Giddey was playing off of the bench and Kobe White was starting. He'd be like an extremely nice, palatable last round click. He'd actually be amazing if Kobe wasn't, or if Giddey wasn't there at all. But yeah, thoughts on just kind of like auxiliary Chicago pieces in the last round here?
I don't have a ton of interest.
Okay.
Kobe is scrollable. But I'm not doing any mod toss, even though I think he's a fine scroll.
Sure.
Not doing any Jalen Smith, no IO. Not a bad team as a whole. These Bulls, but yeah, I'm not scrolling. But I think Kobe would be my scroll du jour if I was to do that. But
I agree with you, man. I'm low key in on a little bit of Kobe there, but there's like a push pull dynamic. Like it's like not on your Giddey teams, or you play it on teams that you don't think, like you play it with like Siakam or something like that, right? You like play this game to spread and competitive environment, and it's just like Kobe shots falling, and Kobe's the reason this game is pushing, not Giddey or Vooch, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. On a dog bowl slate, man, you really got to think about those dynamics, like to that granular of a level.
Yeah. I mean, I think it kind of goes, under talked about that, like, if it was a normal slate last time out, I admitted it behind the paywall and such yesterday and stuff. That, like, obviously I just ran like pure as the sun to win a dog bowl seat. Let's be real here. But the Sabonis stuff, I wouldn't have done 20% or whatever of the Sabonis stuff in the last round if it wasn't a winner takes all contest. So if you have like these isolated stance where you're getting leverage, especially on a 9-gamer, where every play in the last couple rounds is going to project between like 38 and 35. If you have like a stance where like a right tail outcome can occur and you want to just be like, hey, I'm doing 5 Kobe White teams, or I'm doing 10 Kobe White teams, or Kobe White's my play tonight, like I wouldn't fault you if that was the one you picked. Like, obviously we don't love on-ball Nembhard stuff, but like Nembhard's probably getting the Giddy assignment in my estimation, right?
As in, like, he's guarding Giddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably accurate.
Yeah. So that kind of, I don't know. My bro science is like, yeah, it's probably not great for on ball, even if it's Naismith or whatever, but it's like, if Kobe shot's falling, like this has got a good total and good pace, and nobody's drafting Kobe. Right.
Yeah, it's good. It's a really good spot.
Let's talk about the Pacers here, dude. I never like being overweight Siakam, but if there was ever a spot to be overweight Siakam, this probably feels like it. I feel like he'll project, in and around his ADP, if not better. It's just so hard to, figure out when Siakam's ceiling is coming. I'd say that if they start the double big lineup, I like Siakam a little bit less, just with like the double rim defenders there. But if they're just doing like the Vooch at the 5 stuff and Siakam's just playing the 4, like I kind of like it. But I'm okay with Siakam tonight. Do you have a better read on it than that?
No, Siakam's a great play. It's just like, I think the toughest thing about Siakam is you have to, choose him, and his ADP is over LeBron, but like, if you're thinking free, like, you're pretty much between him and LeBron in a lot of these decision points, and
right.
Really hard to fight the narrative of LeBron back in Cleveland in this spot. Really, really hard. But Siakam doing it all essentially for this Pacers team against the Bulls is just a really, really good spot, and it feels safe. I think the one thing that you could maybe say is like, I don't know, bro science, does Siakam have a dog bowl slate winning ceiling? Like he's got a great top 1% finish ceiling, but can he win you a dog bowl on a 9-game slate as a mid-second rounder? If you wanted to say, no, I don't think so, I would say, you know what, that's fair. But like,
yeah. Like he's like a raise your cash line guy, right? Like
that's kind of his profile, but it's a great spot for Siakam. I'm drafting a lot of Siakam, to be very clear.
Okay.
Or like not like a ton, but a lot, I get. Like I'm not fading him. I'll say that much.
Yeah. Do you like him more than Scotty?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what side of the pendulum might come out on that one. I think I kind of like Scotty, especially if there's no Mitch Rob on the other side.
I'm not so worried about whoever's on the other side of Scotty, and more so like who's playing with Scotty.
With Scotty, yeah. That's true.
Which is like they're very healthy.
Yeah, they are very healthy. And like IQ's had some really good games in recent memory. And yeah, they might even get Colin Murray Boyles back tonight. You're gonna get 22 minutes of RJ. Fuck, yeah, that's tough. I can't remember if it was Zakarian stuff this morning or Mike Gallagher stuff this morning, but one of them pointed out that Siakam's killed the Bulls this year too. Like he's averaged north of 30, I think. It was like 30 and 10 against the Bulls.
Only got to do that this year, huh?
Nice. Yeah, dude, what do you think about Nembhard in the last round there? I mean, the touch time has been incredible, but now we get Benny Math back for the second game in the fold here, played 25 minutes last time out. My bro science says that cannibalizes him a little bit there and that he gets the tough defensive on-ball assignments. It is probably a pretty good place for turnovers, though. So, I don't know, you could add maybe like a little bit of a 0.5 in the stock boost category for him. But if you get 34, 35 minutes in Nembhard in the last round, something you could, something you could get to tonight?
Yeah, he's a great play, I think. The only thing that makes him not as great of a play is that, and it's not even his fault. There's just like so many options in the 6th round. He's like one of the best ones, but there are some really, really nice low owned options in the 6th round today. And he's one of them though. He's like my favorite by far. I have like 20 something% in the layup line.
Oh wow, you're in on him. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That was the layup line though, where I was like primarily auto drafting. So I wasn't like being cognizant of my 6th round plays necessarily and trying to like mix and match and, hit the right one. I won't have 20% in the Dawg Bowl, but I think he's a great play.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, nobody else, man. They're splitting the 5 stuff. Jarris Walker's probably going to be in there. I mean, he's got to play through the Q-Tech or whatever, but like Isaiah Jackson's been cannibalizing the minutes ceiling of J Huff. Yeah, there's nothing else to talk about here.
No, I don't think so.
You touched on the narrative before here, man. We got Cavs and Lakers here with the 235.5, 3 by way of the Cavs. There, this is LeBron back in Cleveland, nationally televised game here. Anecdotally speaking, me wants some LeBron in Cleveland with no Evan Mobley on the other side more than I want some Pascal Siakam tonight. But that's just kind of, the bro science meter talking there. No Austin Reeves still for the Lakers. Outside of that, everything's pretty clean. We're seeing Rui tick back up. We're seeing them play more of the small ball units, which come at the expense of Ayton. We've seen Ayton get played off the floor by Jackson Hayes, which is not great for his value. So it's basically only 2 Lakers getting drafted here, and then kind of like the minutes of Rui, Smart, and Ayton in the last round are kind of like this fluid thing, but I don't think we'll get there tonight. Maybe you'll tell me differently. And then on the Cavs side, man, a lot of stuff opening up here because you get no Darius Garland, you get no Evan Mobley, obviously still no Max Strus, but you do get probable tags on DeAndre Hunter and Sam Morrell potentially coming back in this evening, or most likely coming back in this evening, seeing as though they are probable tags. I guess the first question is Donovan Mitchell getting a significant boost from you, Nez? Like, is he like a 1-0, 2 candidate over Wemby this evening, or is that just like a bridge too far for the Cleveland stuff?
No, I think you can. Can, but I'm playing Wemby 102. I think Donovan Mitchell probably outscores Wemby more often than not on this slate, but like Wemby ceiling, obviously is unmatched. So I've got Mitchell 3, and I'm totally cool with that. Losing Mobley, I think is kind of a neutral hit to him. I don't think it like significantly boosts him. Don't think it also hurts him that much either.
Yeah, good points. I will say the rules obviously been incredible since Garland's been gone. The touch time and all this sort of stuff. The potential assists are way up. Just not fighting over the handling with the first unit there, and then also staying on the floor longer for those staggered rotations. We talk about the shift line change of like him and Mobley and Garland and Allen. Well, now it's going to be a lot of Mitchell and Allen overlap, which is just something abnormal to what they're accustomed to running there. Jalen Tyson's minutes have been really, really strong. Maybe one thing I want to point out about Donovan Mitchell is Orlando's defense has been atrocious, especially without Franz. No, Orlando. So those last 2 games they played with those box scores, like, yes, it's very encouraging to see them, but I wouldn't just be like, hey, we're 100% chasing like 50 burgers here from him. Like I know they have like some decent like name value defenders like Black and Suggs on ball, but like, man, their defense has been like really bad in recent memory, and the splits are even worse with Franz off the floor like he has been for the last 3 or 4. So just wanted to point that out to people, not to discredit what Donovan Mitchell's been doing. I guess of the remaining here, dude, will you have a stance on Jared Allen? Like, do you think that there's, a big uptick in usage now without the other guys on the floor? Like, is this like a 1-for-1? Like now all of a sudden all this usage from Mobley goes to Allen and we should be really excited? Or is this just still Jared Allen?
I don't know. I think Jared Allen's definitely like, I thought he would get a little bit more of a bump by the community here. I mean, no Mobley, I think it's a pretty big deal. Like, you're going to get 33 minutes of Jarrett Allen. I think that's pretty solid here in a matchup where you need his size. So I like Jarrett Allen. I mean, I acknowledge his offensive limitations, but like, man, I think he could, rack up the boards, get some stocks. Yeah, you got a nice score brew in there. So I like Jarrett Allen. I mean, I don't think you need to be like 30% Jarrett Allen or anything because of like I said, offensively, I just don't think that he's, much of a threat. But Jarrett Allen, good play today, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mobley, I'm always excited.
Yeah, I would also say, especially with how bad Ayton's been in recent weeks here, or like in the last week and a half there, that bodes well for whatever big body they're throwing at him. And in this case, it happens to be Jarrett Allen kind of vibe.
Yep. Yeah. And then, Jalen Tyson.
Yeah, you like Tyson in the last round? I mean, we throw a little bit of a wrinkle in here with Morrell and Hunter coming back. Dean Wade's been starting since he's been back. Like we're throwing in some more like wing depth here, which is, not great for him, but removing Mobley and still no Garland, and these 30s, 35s, 34s feel pretty safe.
Yeah, he's just better than those guys. So I think his minutes are safe. And he can get a bucket. I think given how shorthanded the Cavs are, I think Jalen Tyson is a really good scroll. I mean, you're talking sub 10% drafted Jalen Tyson. I would call it that. He might get up to like 8, maybe 5% by the end of the day. Maybe not. But I think Jalen Tyson is like firmly in like the super deep scroll playable territory.
Okay, cool.
That territory we all know and love.
Yeah, if they need auxiliary scoring, like he definitely has like some right tail outcomes, but his right tail outcomes aren't as extreme 1% outlier as like, someone like Craig Porter Jr. if they're down by 15 and he's just got to come off the bench and fill it up, or, finds his way into a start or something like that. Like the Jalen stuff would be like this whole game environment, stays competitive, goes nuke, but plays over total, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the path.
Kind of the thesis for a lot of guys, but yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Let's talk about the Lakers side. Are you drafting anyone not named Luka or Braun today?
No.
Okay. Thoughts on pairing them together, because their ADPs line up perfectly, and I've seen a lot of people do it so far.
It's hard not to.
Yeah.
Like Braun, like when you're up on the clock there, and let's say it's Braun, Barnes, and Siakam, it's really hard to take Barnes over those two for me.
Sure. Yeah. Let me be the voice of contrarian reason here. Just go ahead and sacrifice 1 point of projection and flip the board and get a unique combo. We're playing for a 2 out of 8,000 person first place prize here. If it's a Luka plus Braun combo you need, I will not be there tonight.
I mean, I get it. Like, I wouldn't flip the board every single time. I mean,
yeah,
LeBron and Luka can get there together. I promise.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, they absolutely can. But I'm just thinking about like mapping out combos in the entirety of the board, and if they're going to be completely overlapped, slightly negatively correlate with one another, like I'll just be like the guy who's just like, no, I'll just pull up the 15th play on the slate instead of fighting with, I don't know, 2,000 teams. There's gonna be 2,000.
I'll do it with you, and I'll do it with LeBron, Luka, and a flip. How about
that? Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can do it that way too. Yeah, do it that way too. Cool.
Yeah. LeBron is such a smash tonight. I just don't. Come on, man. It's fucking LeBron James. He's the most self-centered effort, dude. You don't think he wants to put out an Instagram post after this game? You're absolutely out of your fucking gourd.
Drinking some wine in his locker, just telling everybody.
He doesn't drink alcohol anymore.
Oh, really? This is a thing now?
It took him 40 years to be like, man, I should probably Stop drinking during the season.
I'm poisoning myself.
Oh yeah. So there are some really good flips. We'll get to those games, but yeah.
Okay. No Ayton in the last round.
No. This dude killed me last game. Killed me.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I just want to point out to people that Rui's playing really well. 30 in fantasy points, getting up to almost 30 minutes. Rui's been playing really well. I think there's a little bit of a flippening right now with the Ayton and the Jake LaRavia and that sort of stuff that Rui's I don't think he's gonna start mattering on like a 9-game slate, but I do think Rui's playing nice, inspired basketball right now, and it's working for them. So just saying,
really.
Nice things about Rui. All right, let's keep cooking. Heat and Magic here. 4 by way of the Magic in this one. We just had some injury news come down on that stuff. The Magic played those aforementioned Cavs 2 days ago there in this is a 231.5 here pace up game against the Heat. Touched on how bad the Magic defense has been in recent memory. That was a nugget that I read somewhere else. It was one of the Mike's newsletters or somewhere on the X machine. I'm not smart enough to find that myself, so just regurgitating other people's information there. No Franz Wagner yet again this evening. That's the only thing to be concerned about on the Magic side. And then on the Heat side, no Tyler Hero still. And then we got Norm Powell listed as probable. We got Davion Mitchell listed as, I believe it was doubtful, not like a full out tag. I think it was just like a status change. Khalil Ware has a questionable tag here. Yeah, I'm doing this with a 4-hour-old injury report still because the site's not updating. I can't figure it out.
If you change the URL, you can get it.
Can you just send me it in the private chat, please?
Yeah, I just sent it.
Thank you. We get Aaron Wiggins listed available here, Pele Larson listed available, and Jaime Jaquez Jr. listed available. Man, Jaime Jaquez Jr., dude, that should have got home in a big way the other night with the Norm Powell slate. I was all over that one, and man, he was handling the ball so much and just didn't do enough with it. But anyways, dude, how are we treating this? Is this a Bam Never Bam spot? Is this a Paulo spot after some nice box scores? Desmond Bane's free in the last round. Which side do you want to talk about first?
Let's do Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Bam, but like I'm not like over the field,
sure,
necessarily, but I like Bam.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned how bad Orlando's defense has been. I feel like that's reflected in projection and in props for Bam. So I'm playing him. I just think he's very fairly priced. Mixing and matching his range a little bit. And then Norm Scroll today, I think, is like amazing.
Okay.
35.9 ADP for Norm Powell. Just absolutely buried because he's the anti-cat in the underdog default projections. He gets buried every single slate. Like you just it's a gift that keeps on giving, and no different here. No different here. Like he has not paid off in these absolute smash spots, minus the Suns. But like, Utah, Portland, the Kings, it's not been ceiling Norm, but he does have ceiling, especially with this current iteration of the Heat. I am going to keep diamond mining on Norm Powell.
Okay, cool. 5-game road trip there they're just coming off of, and then they get 2 days off and now are back home here against Orlando. So the comfy confines. I will say that I prefer Bam tonight if Khalil Ware does not go. Do you have a lean on Khalil Ware?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Does not look good though.
Yeah, hasn't played in his last 4 there. I just don't like it when they're alongside each other, and I like it when Bam gets the big side of the 5 minutes there. So if we can get Bam up to like this Portland competitive game environment or this Utah competitive game environment, Utah's a really good spot versus Nurk, obviously, but like those ones, man, like the non-back-to-back games that he played on that road trip, like those were really nice. So I famous last words. I kind of like me some Bam tonight as well. Like the Norm Powell shout in the last round. I like the Jaime Jaquez in the last round. Aaron Wiggins is kind of like the same thesis, and like all 3 of them just kind of like cannibalize one another ever so slightly. But I do think like right tail outcomes, like I probably rank it Norm, Jaime, then Wiggins. But I think they're all draftable when Hero's not there, and if we play Ware as out, and we're playing Davion as out, which opens up some lead handling in the first unit, touch time there. So I think that was a good shout that they're just like underappreciated.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Wiggins guy, but I get it.
Yeah. What do you think? They probably start this kid, right? This Paris Yako, whatever. They've been starting him at the 1 in these Davion misses spots.
I believe so.
Yeah. Not like overly concerned, but I just want to point that out. I don't even know who he is and how to say his name, but I did notice that when I was looking at the time logs.
Yeah, nothing for me, but
no, that's a true just ball knowers. Like I just don't know how he cannibalizes. Like he's filling up multiple categories, and the touch time actually looked okay. I'm not saying it's like a 1-for-1 for Davion. I still think there's like a slight boost to the Norm stuff, but it is like a little concerning that it's just like, okay, not just like here's the ball and go.
Yeah, to me, anytime Davion and Hero are out, like I just
flock to it regardless.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Suggs still working his way back. This is pace up for Orlando here. Miami's still the fastest team in basketball, so should look pretty good. But Suggs continues to work his way back. This 24, then 27 there, which kind of cannibalizes a little bit of some of the Bane and Anthony Black because they're all just kind of sharing some touch time rules here. So that kind of brings them all down to like these mid 30s. Desmond Bane's going to project the best of the bunch there. He's probably also going to have the best matchup of the bunch. I kind of think it's just Paulo or Bane tonight. You could maybe talk me into Anthony Black in the last round if you think he plays, 35, 36 minutes and he's going to be 5% owned in our contest just because it's a pace-up game environment. I think it's viable for sure, but I lean Desmond over him. Do you feel similarly or no?
Yeah, I mean, I do, but like, I don't want to draft these guys.
Yeah. I want to get excited that it's like a close spread and it's a pace-up game for the Magic, but like, and Magic have been bad on D, so it's kind of like, can this just turn into a track meet? But like, I don't know, man. It hasn't been fun in recent memory, and like Paulo's been so ball dominant the last 2 games, and those were in bad matchups. This should be it's maybe not a better matchup, but it's definitely a better matchup, but it maybe not the greatest matchup, but yeah.
Yeah, like these guys are good plays, but I will say, man, like I think Jalen Suggs being back at whatever the capacity is, like I think it hurts their ceilings.
Yeah, I agree with you, man.
I'm not like into these guys so much right now. They have ceiling. They could pop off. We've seen it before. It's a good spot. Like all those things should lead me to be on it. Maybe it's just because they haven't got like I don't know what it is, man. I'm not into these guys today, but I think I'm just kind of hanging my hat on the fact that like Suggs is closer and closer to full, and yeah, I don't want to draft these guys that much. They play really well, so they're gonna be on a lot of good drafters teams. So
yeah, I got you. The Paulo stuff's interesting because like if you told me Ware was out right now and then Bam had to play the 5, I'd like Paulo more because then he'd be playing against like a wing like Wiggins, right? Like I would kind of like that a little bit more. Like I'd put that in like the good matchup category. But then if Ware's out there and then Ware plays alongside Bam, I don't really want like Paulo on Bam. I recognize the fact that since Franz has been out, Paulo's had 2 good games and he was playing against Evan Mobley, and that's like the best, on-ball big defender that we got going right now. But like, and he got home against that, so maybe it's like a moot point. But like, I don't know. I was just kind of like thinking out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not gonna sweat. I'm not gonna sweat it. I like Paulo though. He's a tough one. There's 3 guys where he goes that I've been mixing and matching, and I don't think I have a ton of Paulo, but like, he's a good pick. He's totally fine. I don't think I have trouble. I have so much trouble with the Magic and getting them correct.
Okay.
So no different here.
Man, give me 35 minutes of Jaime Jaquez Jr. and see what happens tonight. Let's fucking go. That feels like a cheeky scroll to me tonight. Give me 32 minutes of Jaime, baby. I've just seen the ceiling and the right tails from Jaime more than I've seen them from Norm. Norm's just like a straight fill it up. He's if he hits right tail, it's 35, 3 and 2, and like 2 stocks. You know what I mean? Where it's like Jaime like has this low key like outlying Josh Hart triple double monster in his soul, but then can also tack on 20 actual to it.
Yeah, he does more in the he fills it up more in the stats than Norm for sure.
Yeah. Okay, dude, let's keep pushing here. Obviously a pace up spot there. Knicks, we will see if they've officially filed here, but a 221.5 traveling north. They played a low scoring game last night against the Kings. They ran with this weird closing lineup. I thought it was because there was like a Josh Hart bang up or something. I'm being told in the chat that Nick said they just ran with a lineup they had never basically played and never closed together. They ran OG, Brunson, Bridges, Mitch Robb, and Miles McBride to close. And then Cat and Hart were on the bench. And they closed with that lineup, and it worked. It worked against the Kings there. When they started doing that, I think they were up. I want to say they were up like 12 or something, and then they just kind of maintained. I watched a little bit of that just because I was vested in Sabonis last night. But yeah. And then, so let me get the injury report. That was kind of just like my bro science, and then we'll see if we got an actual here. Yes, they did actually file there. We do have the Q tag on Josh Hart for right ankle there. The G Leaguers are listed out, and then Miles McBride and Mitch Robb are listed out here. So anytime Mitch Robb is out, it makes me like Cat more, and it also makes me like the centers on the other side of the equation more. Raptors are coming back to full, as you alluded to there, Nez. There's still no Jakob Poeltl, and the G Leaguers are listed out, but Colin Murray-Boyle's listed with this Q tag on the left thumb yet again there. Sandro had some nice games over the weekend. Look out now, man. Raptors beat OKC on Sunday. I mean, ooh, come on, man. The North, baby. The North is coming for it right now. People are talking about like trades and stuff for this team. Nah, man, this team's a wagon. Let's talk about it, dude. Let's talk about Scotty, BI, IQ, and RJ kind of all cannibalizing one another. Sandro obviously looks a lot better if we get no Colin Murray-Boyles tonight, and we like it more with no Mitch Robb. But yeah, I don't know. Do you like any of these guys above or below ADP? Do you want to be overweight here?
Yeah, man, I don't necessarily think that this is like an awesome game here. With how not having Mitch Robb definitely is a boost for these Raptors, but like we said at the beginning, when the Raptors are this healthy, it is really, really difficult to figure out who's the guy you need. And it's a 220 total, one of the lowest on the slate. It's almost the lowest on the slate. I don't really want to get too crazy on these Raptors. To me, there's only 3 draftable ones because I'm not drafting RJ.
Okay.
Scotty, BI, and IQ.
Sure.
Scotty is just like way too rich for me, man. Like I know Scotty's got the ceiling, and Scotty can have the worst game ever, but lo and behold, here's 5 stocks and 10 assists, and doesn't even matter. BI his like looks the worst that he's ever looked. His ADP is fine given the way that he projects, but like, I'm not inspired to take BI. IQ draft 100% of the time. The same thing goes for IQ. Like none of these guys are popping out as like good plays today. Like they are just as good of a play as Andrew Nembhard, as for my money, Jalen Tyson. Like these guys don't separate for me, and they go 100% of the time in a low total. I don't even like this spot necessarily. I'm just like out on the Raptors today. Hopefully it doesn't screw me.
No, I mean, it's a low total. You get some tough individual matchups here too. Like Scotty will defend Cat, and then maybe see some OG stuff on the other end too. BI has to deal with some good on-ball wing defenders, whether it's OG, Bridges, or Hart. Like all those are not favorable spots for him necessarily. Like BI can get his shot off and he can create space and get scoring in the mid range against basically anyone. But man, those are some tough matchups for him. I think IQ's probably got the best spot here, right? Like dealing with like the Brunson stuff, and there's kind of I think IQ would probably be my favorite cost adjusted here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. You're going to get a discount too on the Hart stuff if you play the Hart stuff with the Q tag here. So there's a little bit of leverage in playing Hart in the last round as well today. But yeah, I kind of agree with your assessment, dude. Like just when these guys are full, it's like it's hard to get excited about them. Like they play good team transition defense. Like the best thing I can say is like IQ's matchup on paper, I think looks the best here. And he's got a little bit of revenge here for the Knicks. What do you think?
Maybe not revenge, but just like, pain. He fucking misses the Knicks so badly. But no, everything you said about the Raptors is like we just like haven't had full Raptors in a while. But when we did, and it wasn't often, but when we did, it was a nightmare. It was so difficult to parse through who to take. And they're all being taken as though they're in good spots and somebody's missing, but nobody's missing and it's not a good spot.
Right. Yeah, good shots, dude. On the Knicks side here, dude, obviously that Hart Q tag we talked about there, but basically there's 5 draftable pieces every single night here. We could be removing one from the equation if Josh Hart does not go, but Josh Hart tends to play through a lot of stuff, and it's kind of encouraging that he got a Q and then the other guys got ruled out early there. Like that kind of back of my mind, just anecdotally, it's like, oh, okay, Josh Hart's probably playing basketball tonight. But these are the most palatable price tags we've had on Jalen Brunson and Cat in a long time. They haven't reached ceiling in a minute, dude. But hey, if you're getting them in the 3rd round instead of the 2nd round where we usually get them, can we get excited about something? Like I talk about liking Cat so much more when he plays the 5 and there's no Mitch Rob there, and they can't do what they did last night where Mitch Rob and a unit with Mitch Rob plays him off the floor and they close without him. But it's been tough sledding recently for these guys from a fantasy standpoint.
It has been, and I think their matchups have been not ideal. That said, man, I think Cat is awesome tonight. Oh,
okay. Right on. Yeah, what about it stands out to you?
Yeah, just like no Mitch Rob helps a lot. This Q tag on Josh Hart is ominous. He might still suit up because he's Josh Hart and he's annoying. But yeah, I'm not too worried defensively, for the matchup on Cat here. His projections look pretty decent. And just when Mitch Rob's on the floor, hat tip to you. I think that makes a pretty big difference for Cat's range of outcomes. So I think Cat is somebody to pull up to the 2-3 turn and get some unique combos of Luka with, because nobody's doing that. Nobody wants to do that. Like Cat's box scores look terrible. The ADP isn't you really got to reach for it. I'm never really on Team Cat here, but I like to get myself some Karl Anthony Towns today.
Okay. I'm not worried about the Scotty Barnes treatment at all there.
Not for him. No.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
All right, man. Yeah, I like the thought process of like, hey, man, this is a guy that we normally, when he's in a good spot, take in the 2nd round. Why not just pull him up and pair him with the Luka teams tonight, and maybe he can be the difference maker. I like the pull up play there. Brunson in the same vein or no?
It's not quite as clean for Brunson, but I do think Brunson is an okay play.
Any love for
He's
the
being
back end
priced pretty
pieces?
different. Not much on McHale, but I think OG can always do OG things, like always.
Yeah, the hashtag AWin model was broken last night with the OG
evergreen.
stuff.
Evergreen. Stick to the redacted streets, buddy.
JKM's asking, would you take Brunson and Cat on the same time when they fall to the 3-4?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I don't it's not like I'm not excited about that. But
sure.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like I guess last night's slate when like Zion and Trey Murphy would fall, or like two slates ago when Zion and Trey Murphy, and it's kind of like I get it, but like, can they both really have like 1% outcomes here in the same game tethered together and when you slate? Like, it's kind of like doesn't have to be one or the other a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. All right, let's keep pushing here. Hawks and Celtics, 231 here, and the Celtics are 6.5-point favorites in this one. We get 2 first rounders from this matchup here, Nez. We get Jaylen Brown and Jalen Johnson going toe to toe. We get all the G Leaguers listed out for Atlanta, and then we get no Kristaps Porzingis and no Zachary Richache. So dealing with the exact iteration of Atlanta as we've dealt with for the last couple of weeks here. And then the Celtics, they have Luka Garza listed available, and then Keita and obviously Jason Tatum listed out here. So we're going to see some 5 rotation of Luka Garza, plus shout out Mike Zakarian for the Amari Williams way too early on Friday call, because he played over Keita to close last time out there, played like 25 minutes. So shout out to Mike for being all over the G Leaguer battering there. That was pretty sick. Yeah, but outside of the first round here, Nez, I'll ask you the first question here. Let's talk about the Jalen's and the Jalen here. Do you have a preference between which Jalen you're taking this evening at the front end of draft boards?
I'm into Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown's cooking. He is balling right now.
Self-proclaimed best player in basketball.
That's what I want to hear out of my picks. I want these guys with with all the hubris in the world. I'm taking Jaylen Brown. He looks better in props and has looked better in the last 10 or so. Jalen Johnson maybe was just fatigued, or maybe CJ McCollum, factoring in, actually is hurting his fantasy output more than we would care to admit. But he came back to normal against Milwaukee, Memphis, Phoenix, and the Pacers. So good to see. I don't think it's like clear-cut JB over Jalen Johnson, but I do have JB over Jalen Johnson.
Okay. Yeah, really tight band of projection there. Let's talk about the Boston side first there, because there's usually only 1.5 other draftable players there. Man, Derek White's shooting has been tough, man. Derek White has just not given us those outlier box scores that we're accustomed to seeing at times there. And then Peyton Pritchard is free in the last round. I don't know. Is there anything here for us? I don't really like, usually attacking the Na and Dyson matchups. And that's what these guys will be dealing with tonight. So yeah, where are you at on that?
Yeah, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure I tried to get out ahead of the Derek White stuff in the layup line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did. I got 23% Derek White in the layup line. Now for Dog Bowl, I'm at 8%. I can understand thinking Derek White against the Hawks is the spot, but projections are always super bullish on Derek White.
Yeah, they are.
He's notoriously somebody that goes under his projection quite a bit. Hard for me to take Derek White over Keontae George tonight.
Derek White over Keontae. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
He already goes behind Keontae, but just like projections want you to take Derek White like after they want you to take him like ahead of Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fine, it's a good spot. But yeah, I'm not like over my skis on Derek White by any means, man.
Okay. I'm just looking at the threes not falling stuff for Derek White.
He's chucking.
A little bit. Some of those games they're missing. Honestly, it's just JB so dominant from a usage standpoint. But like, here's his last 10 games in threes made: 2, 3, 1, 0, 1, 0, 2, 5, 2, 3, 1. Like, one outlier game against the Spurs there. He hasn't scored over 20 actual in 8 games. And that was that Spurs game. It's literally just if the three's falling, and this just doesn't feel like the spot for him. Like, JB's just been so dominant with it recently, and then I don't know, it's just kind of like on a night to night basis, who's going to score from 3, Peyton or Derek White or fucking Sam Hauser, like,
Yeah. Yeah, you just got to trust the models if you're playing Derek White like ahead of ADP. I think at ADP is totally fine,
Yeah.
But like the models love him, and like I can't. I don't feel that bullish.
Any love for any big on the other side? We kind of like taking the Okongwu, like attacking Okongwu, but like if they just split the 48, this doesn't seem like a whole lot of fun. But the Amari Williams stuff was kind of fun the other night, like playing 25 minutes against another drop big there.
He was hooping. Hooping. I'm not going to draft Luka Garza, but like I like Luka Garza, man.
Dude, everybody loves Luka Garza when he plays. Like, he's one of those guys, right?
He's been playing a lot. Like, he's not as bad as people think.
Oh no, not at all. All right, let's talk about the Atlanta side here, dude. I've been quite outspoken about the cannibalizing of Dyson and Knob by CJ McCollum, and that the models hadn't caught up. Well, now they have a little bit, and they're free in the last round. I think Okongwu is probably my favorite scroll by like a lot here. He continues to get strong minutes. This is a good spot for fives with no Keita on the other side there. I like Okongwu tonight. I think it's a good scroll, or it's a good, back end pick there. I don't know. Dyson and Nah and CJ is kind of like a 3-man rotation that I can't make sense of, or find the winner on a night-to-night basis. I just err on the side of Dyson because of the stock ceiling. And then there's like this 3-man rotation of Luke Kennard, Corey Kispert, and Vic Krejci, and it's just kind of like, yeah, I can't pick a winner there, but Kispert's probably going to start, kind of thing. So if I had to rank it out, it would probably be exactly what you see on the screen right now, but I'm really only excited about Okongwu to draft.
Yeah, obviously, Jalen Johnson not on here. We're taking Jalen Johnson in the first round. But yeah, I really like Onyeka. I like him because the models don't like him.
Nice. And that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
And I'm with you that I think, like, given the setup of the bigs for the Celtics and given Onyeka's playing time, I really like him tonight. So I have a bunch of him, and yeah, I'm just going to keep drafting him. I think I'm at like 30% Onyeka. Dyson is just like someone that I'm going to like mix in every now and then. It's nice when Dyson Daniels isn't like player 27 and it's just God, he's going every time. So, kind of like the Miles Turner rule. So I think Dyson's a fun scroll every now and then. Nah is also a fun scroll. You're talking sub 10% Nah. He's firmly in that category of like nobody taking category. Yeah. And definitely can put up numbers. So Yeah, I like it. And dude, look at CJ McCollum, 50 ball. I told you, CJ McCollum's gonna blow up soon.
Yeah.
It didn't take a ton of minutes, but
he's so dominant.
He's a thorn in the side.
Man. Yeah, he's so dominant on ball in that second unit. Like, I'll look up some usage stuff as we pivot to the next game, but I will. Yeah, he's just. We've been saying it for 3 weeks that the models just haven't caught up to it yet, and it's starting to like fortify itself that it's like, oh yeah, as soon as he comes into the game, it's like it's fucking CJ time, man. He's cutting into everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't think I'm getting CJ tonight.
No.
Yeah, a bit of a problem. That said, I'm still taking shots on Naw and Dyson every now and then.
How many games do you think he's been on Atlanta? Let's just guess, like 7, 5, something like that.
7 or 8.
He leads the team in usage since being there. 28.1.
That's wild.
Higher than Jalen Johnson. And then like since he's been there, Dyson Daniels has a 13.8 usage. And people are still drafting Dyson Daniels like he's that dude, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, maybe not today, but they have been.
They had been. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, CJ could fill it up in a heartbeat off the bench there. Maybe it's not today, but I don't know. It's kind of fun to see. To see. It's kind of what I wanted Anthony Simons to be for Boston, and it just hasn't really happened that way. That was the thesis.
Celtics are too good.
Yeah. All right, let's keep moving, dude. Hornets and Grizz here. This, 3 months ago, Nez, 2.5 months ago, this would have been the bad basketball game of the night. Shout out to Mike for that one. But like, this would have been my slop it up fest, dude. This would have been the slop it up. And now it can't be the slop it up, man. Our Hornets are too effing good here. A 230 here, 2 by way of the Hornets. Hornets on a front end back to back. And you know why I bring that up? We've talked about the Melo splits so frequently there, but the G Leaguers are listed out here and Mason Plumlee is listed out. That's it. And then on the Grizzlies side, they are still missing front court depth with Zach Edey and Brandon Clark. And then they are missing all of that handling that we talk about with Ty Jerome, John Morant, and Scottie Pippen Jr. here. Man, dude, this Hornets starting unit is, it's no joke, man. When Kalkbrenner's out there with that starting 4 there, it's no joke. They continue to mix Diabates and start Diabates, but when that unit comes together, it's a lot of fun for us, man. I don't know. I'm low key kind of done with Bridges. I like Brandon Miller tonight. I think they do the staggered Melo stuff because of, Melo could do enough in this matchup in 28 minutes, but I'm not jumping up and down to draft it at ADP right now, especially if he's going to be 100% drafted, but he definitely has right tail outcomes. But I do think they're going to continue to do the staggered thing because this team all of a sudden, man, has some playoff aspirations.
Man, this game is really tough because like it looks like it should be just like, pardon my language here, like a fuck fest, but like it certainly is not that, in my opinion. These are 2 teams, like for the Hornets, sort of like the Raptors problem where everybody's full plus around that back to back. So it really kind of like murkies the water of who you want to take. Brandon Miller is my favorite player on the Hornets today. I think he's a really good play because I don't think he stands out necessarily. But if you think that LaMelo is going to do the back-to-back treatment, and we like the spot against Memphis, Brandon Miller, high usage player, is the guy you want in this game. Like I think he's in line for a really good game. I'm not doing Miles Bridges. Con, no thank you when they're full. Fun player, obviously. Respect to him. Melo's got to fall for me. I mean, he's already not that expensive. I acknowledge that. But I don't have a lot of Melo because of everything you said the other day. Like, I'm just really worried about his range of outcomes here. But, like, dude, props continue to put him at, like, 29.5 PRA. with 7 assists. So like that's good,
Right.
like it's pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, definitely good.
But like everything that we've seen up until this point, like you said, has been sort of middling in terms of minutes and everything. So yeah, I like Brandon Miller.
2 winnable basketball games for the Hornets here, these next 2. And as a team that's on the cusp of a play-in there, they're tied with Atlanta, right? Like they're 11 and 12 there. They get Memphis, and then tomorrow they get Dallas, man. So I think you want Melo to play in both those games would be like my takeaway. And that means no more than 30 for Melo tonight. I think if you get 30 from Melo in this Memphis matchup, like I would run to the fucking podium for 30 for Melo in this. But I think if I think if the team plays as well as they're capable of playing, and this plays a little bit better than the spread would indicate in the favor of the Hornets, like they're only 2-point favorites here on the road. I don't know, man. Like this on paper right now, I would say this Hornets team is significantly better than this Grizzlies team. But like, what the shit do I know? Like if they play it up by like 10 or 12, like you're going to get 24 minutes of Melo and you're going to get no fourth quarter from him. But we're trying to win one of 2 seats. This isn't like building a portfolio in our regular contest. So if you're looking for right tail outcomes, it's this game stays close and it's 30 minutes of Melo. So pairing a Memphis piece with Melo and doing like a 4th and 5th round there like that, that's how you get your right tail. You could also get it through Brandon Miller. You could also get it through Kahn, that sort of deal. I'm kind of just done with Bridges. He just gets the tough defensive assignment and does nothing offensively now.
Yeah, the problem is like what Grizzly do you pair with with Melo? Because are you paying up for Jaren Jackson Jr.?
Probably not. I think it's a little.
By paying up, I mean like at ADP.
Yeah, I think it's a little too expensive. I think it's fine. But I think I'd rather have Giddey than JJJ in that same range of ADP.
He opened at 26.5 and then jumped to 28.5 PRA. So there's that.
Okay.
I was not drafting him like at all.
Okay. What else are you interested here? Just in general, like, I think Diabates and Kalkbrenner splitting the 5 is not great, but if we get Kalkbrenner starting and playing the large side of it, it looks like a decent spot for 5s, but probably lacks a bit of ceiling. There's just too many bodies here. It's probably just like kind of like the top 3, maybe of Bridges or Kalk.
Yeah, like I'm not. Yeah, like it's Brandon Miller and Melo.
Yeah,
and that's it. And then on the Grizzlies, like Jaren Jackson Jr., I just think is like crazy overpriced.
Yeah,
but and then like Cam Spencer, scroll down, I think is my answer on like who else do you take. Mm-hmm. Aldama today, it seems like he's going to be limited.
Just like in terms of his minutes.
Yeah, he's coming off an injury, is he not?
Yeah, it's second game back, I think.
Yeah. I think it looks like. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, Aldama, scroll down. Yeah, throw him in there too. He looks good. His PRA is low, but I would disagree with that listing if he's going to play close to 30.
Okay. Yeah, do you think he starts tonight? That's kind of like the evergreen Aldama question, is if they do the JJJ plus Aldama or if they do the Jacques Landale thing.
I think they do the Landale thing.
Yeah. If they do the Landale thing, like that's not the worst thing in the world. Like Kalkbrenner is okay on defense, obviously, and he's like good rebounder. But like if he gets some Diabates versus Jacques Landale in that first unit, you could do worse.
Yeah, he's a fun scroll. No one's taking him.
Yeah. And maybe rightfully so, because maybe there isn't a 50 ball in his bag, but yeah.
Yeah, for 6th round, you obviously don't need that.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, I think the problem is like these staggered like hockey shift line changes that they do and stuff, even when they're like quote unquote shorthanded, right?
Yeah, nobody on this team looks awesome.
Right.
Yeah, like even the JJJ ADP is just so rich, and it's gonna annoy me when he gets home.
Yeah, like even when they had the crazy like, hey, like they're playing the Pels, and we were like, oh, this is the fucking game of the night. This is the spot. I can't remember. That was like 3 slates ago or whatever. That was last Friday's slate or whatever. Like we're like, oh, here we go. Like,
shit the fucking bed, yeah.
You still get like 28 minutes of Cedric. Like he's just always soft capped, right? Like Cam Spencer still only gets 27. Like Jock Landell gets 31. JJJ gets 32. Like those could have been spots where like, JJJ played really well and scored north of 50 fantasy points in that one. I think it was like 56 or 57 or whatever. But like he still has, 4 fouls and still only plays 32 instead of like 35. So it's like hard to get crazy excited about, GG plays 22. Vince Williams Jr. plays 20. Like it's just like this staggered like hodgepodge of everyone, right?
Yeah, no, it's not fantasy friendly at all.
Yeah. Yeah, like I wish we could. I guess if I was picking my favorite from this group, it'd probably be Jacques Landell because it was personal reasons why he missed and the minutes have like been there. So like if he goes ahead and starts tonight versus Diabates, like I kind of like that, but like yeah, probably more of just the Hornets side.
Yeah, I don't like him as much when Aldama is healthy. That's my thing.
Sure, yeah, that's a good point because they can cannibalize each other and just like cut up each other's minutes, right? And then they just leave JJJ out at the 4.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, dude. Let's keep pushing here. 3 more games here. We got the cover boy in this next one. Dallas Mavericks versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. We just got the information that Ant Edwards is going to play this evening. 8 points by way of the T-Wolves on the road here. Dallas is on the front end back. Actually, let me just check my math. I think they're both on back-to-backs. They're both on front end back-to-backs here. Dallas plays the Hornets tomorrow, and Minnesota plays the Thunder tomorrow there. Injury reports as follows. Anthony Edwards been listed available to play. He was like a late Q tag. It wasn't like a real thing. It was that second game in a row playing the Warriors, and then they gave him an injury management tag because Draymond and Steph weren't going to be playing. So anticipating full for Ant Edwards this evening. G Leaguers listed out here. Terrence Shannon Jr. listed out here. On the Dallas side, the big one here is the Cooper Flag Q tag, left ankle injury management there on the front end of the back-to-back. Ryan Nembhard listed with the probable tag on the G League two-way. So, Winhurst up for that push-pull there. But I think we're both in the camp that Cooper Flag plays basketball this evening. You get a Q tag on Klay Thompson as well here. And then out tags on Anthony Davis, Exum, Kyrie Irving, etc. Derek Lively, all the guys who've been out all year. Dude, talk me through the Cooper Flag stuff because it wasn't something I was, 100% jumping up and down for. And then you told me he was your highest owned player. So tell me about Cooper Flag tonight and what you're liking.
I was kind of shocked when you weren't on the same page because I was like, oh, this is.
To be fair, I've only done like one draft and did 2 hours of research. Like I was just kind of like, what is it that you're seeing that I'm not seeing that makes him jump out to you?
I mean, he's ADP 29 and he's Cooper Flag against the Timberwolves, and Timberwolves are just like not a shutdown. Like they're kind of like friendly for fantasy a little bit, like they're not like a strong anti-fantasy team, to put it in a very silly way, but like I like Cooper Flag here, man. Like the one thing that you can say is like, is he gonna play? Like I think the Q tag is for sure real. He wasn't gonna play 2 days ago, whatever it was, against the Bucks when the game got canceled for the weather.
Yeah.
So that's a real thing, but all this rest, man, I think, and also the fact that his ADP is only 29, like it's basically a free roll.
There's also super clean swaps too. Like you can still just jam Najee Marshall or PJ Washington if he's out, and then they would both be in better spots too.
Yeah, Najee would be like a jam if Cooper Flag missed. They might get killed. But Najee would be a jam for me.
Yeah, to your point, man, they've had 3 days off since that designation and the spot there. I guess the holes I could poke in it is still soft minutes capped thing that they've been doing, though it was encouraging to see him get up to 34 against the Lakers, but they were doing those like soft 30s prior to this when he first came back from this designation. So that would be the one hole I could point in. The second one would just be the Jaden McDaniels on ball defense here. Now he hasn't been to the level. The ETR guys kept talking about like how he hasn't been to the level of what he was in terms of like feared on ball defender from previous seasons here, but he's still a dude, right? Like he's still a premium defender there. So those would be the two holes I could poke, but at the ADP, he's going to outproject this ADP if he plays anywhere close to full. He will outproject this ADP even if you just put him in for 30, to be honest.
I agree. Yeah, so I think he's a really easy click. Like,
okay. Anybody else that you would want to be playing on the Mavs side? Like, can you play Najee no matter what? PJ's been playing off the bench a little bit. They've been doing some like Caleb Martin starting stuff. Max Christie can shoot the three. I don't know, man. This team looks bad on paper, in my opinion, other than, just Cooper Flag, point flag.
Yeah, there's nothing that I'm like excited about here. I think Najee is scrollable with or without Cooper Flag in.
Yeah, the minutes have been strong, and so is the production. So, yeah, Najee seems like the most viable. Like Najee kind of feels like how drafting Najee right now is kind of like the bro science version of drafting Bridges. And like people think they're drafting Bridges, but like you should be drafting Najee.
Yeah.
That was
you should
comp, dude. That was a sick comp on the Miles. That was an absolute comp guy in terms of him scoring fantasy points in that way versus the way in which Miles Bridges used to score fantasy points. You had to give me that one.
that was good.
Let's talk about the T-Wolves here, dude. Ant is probably going to project better than this ADP now. He's going to be a slow riser as the day goes on, but not too far. I imagine he goes as like pick 6 or 7 in most rooms for the remainder of the day here. Thoughts on the Ant spot, and then we'll kind of get to the auxiliary guys.
Where am I? I think I had a ton of Ant in the layup line. I was pulling that up, and I have a ton of Ant right now in the dog bowl. So I'm all in on Ant here against the Mavs. Mavericks are a great spot, are they not?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I'm about it. As long as he doesn't get P jail, I'm about it. Why not? Yeah, it feels like a great matchup for him.
Yeah, I would. To me, there's like you can mix and match that quote unquote tier for Ant of like Paulo, Curry, Ant. Like I think those three are interchangeable. I have Şengün on the outside, like I said, of those three, but like sure you can mix him in as well. So I've just been mixing and matching when I get a 6 pick of who I pair out of those three together. And I've done Ant quite a bit apparently. So
okay. Yeah, I like it, dude. Jay Cam saying you just saw Ant fall to a Luka team. GM indeed. But yeah, that band of projection between like Ant and LeBron, Scotty, Pascal, like that. I mean, it's only like 2.5 points. So like, yeah, I'd rather have Ant plus Luka teams than those teams, obviously. But like, that's not like crazy. Yeah. What else do we like here, dude? Anything else? Like, I mean, I never really play Randall. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he's also a candidate for PJL, especially if PJL starts. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I never really play Randall. Can I play Randall at ADP 21 though?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Randall's a good pick. The only problem is that I have so much Edwards that like I don't like pairing them together.
Yeah, I don't like pairing them together either. Like Randall would have popped in a big way if Ant was out, and maybe that's. But I don't know. He's fine. He's just like a mid tier, like 35 to 40 fantasy points. If you need the Vooch score tonight to win the dog bowl in the 4th round, like boy, do I have a guy for you. Like if you need the Vooch score, I got Julius Randle for you.
I mean, who do you prefer, Julius Randle or Jaren Jackson Jr.?
Don't make me do that. I don't know. I would say Jaren Jackson Jr. at least has bigger right tail outcomes than Randall does. How about that? Okay. And we're playing for first place. I'd take JJJ.
Okay.
Now, if you wanted to tell me who's going to score more fantasy points tonight, I would bet on Julius Randle, if that makes sense.
I think Julius Randle would be like minus 180 to score more fantasy points than Jaren Jackson Jr.
Whoa, that's a little bit of a hot take. That's a little bit of a hot take because if we build out the hashtag models, they're going to be like 0.1, like they're going to be like 1.5 fantasy points apart. So giving someone minus 180, I would bet the shit out of the JJJ side. But
you're just like you're just bullish on Julius on Jaren Jackson Jr. They're separated by like 4 fantasy points.
4 fantasy points difference between Julius Randle and JJJ tonight.
Yeah, this is a really good Julius Randle spot.
All right. Okay. Anybody else, dude? Like we saw Rudy come back to life, and yeah, he gets the corpse of Dwight Powell out there. Gets some Gafford as well. This feels like a good Rudy spot there. Good to see him play 34 on the back-to-back there and just absolutely cook. A bunch of second unit bigs in like Quentin Post and such. Nas still dealing with that shoulder a little bit. He like left and came back a couple times within these games, but he hasn't missed anything. Still plays 25 to 28, but probably not a high enough ceiling on this slate. Yeah, Dante McDaniels. They feel like, we need this to be a 5 or 6 game slate, not a 9 game slate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they could pop off. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't love taking bets on who it might be. But I really like Rudy. Really like Rudy.
Okay, yeah, I like Rudy versus Gafford. I like Rudy versus Powell. I like that setup for him at the 5. Rudy in the last round. Here's your guys' double scroll idea. You take a Okongwu in the 5th. You take Rudy in the 6th. That's how you do it. And you don't pair it with an Ant team, and you don't pair it with a Jalen Johnson team. And you go, Hey, where am I finding ceiling? I'm finding ceiling from those 2 in the last and the 5th and the 6th. There. Okay, dude, I think that was everything we had to say on T-Wolves and Mavs. Let's jump over to the Warriors, who are in this post Jimmy Buckets era here, and then the Utah Jazz on a back-to-back. A nice frothy 241.5 here, 9 by way of the Warriors on the road, moving to altitude versus the Jazz, who make everybody look amazing. Warriors, no Butler, as I said, there also have probable tags on Steph and Draymond, an out tag on Jonathan Kuminga. Just so unfortunate, man, that he finally gets an opportunity, plays well, and then gets injured instantly there. Unfortunate. I am looking up to see if we have Jazz stuff. We do. We have Lauri Markkanen listed available. Yusuf Nurkic with the Q tag. Cody Williams with the Q tag. Kev Love out on the second night of the back-to-back. And, pour one out for Steven Adams. Season-ending ankle surgery. That's unfortunate for the double big lineup of the Rockets there. So, yeah, man, nothing on George is bullish. Lowry being in again is surprising. I'm not going to lie. Second night of a back-to-back here. And then a Nurk Q tag is ever so scary here, despite liking the spot. How have your feelings shifted with the most recent injury report on the Jazz side of things?
I'm risking it all for Nurkic. Hard not to. If he plays, he's just so damn good, dude. Probably loses a little bit of, range of outcomes with Lauri back just a little bit. But, I'm risking it with Nurk, man. Had the illness against the Heat, went from D to in, had the illness against the Clippers and was rolled out D to out. Now he's Q here with the illness again. I'm just playing Nurk as if he plays and hope that some swaps open up for me if he doesn't play. I think it's well worth the risk.
Okay, cool. I like that. How do I change this URL to get the most recent one?
Let me do it for you.
Okay. Because I didn't see that it was illness. I was seeing if it was that the toe thing yet again. That was he's been dealing with it all year and then he's missed and then he hasn't missed. So least it's the same illness designation as he played through last time. That's a good little shout.
Yeah.
Find this team to the moon and fire him into the sun.
Who?
Will Hardy in this team. Just find him.
Sure.
Find him.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Gotta just risk it for Nurk.
Okay. Who would you swap to if Nurk can't go this evening?
I think it depends on the way everything breaks out otherwise, injury-wise.
Sure.
Nemhard would be a fun candidate for me.
Okay.
I could get crazy.
Might not get that window though.
Yeah, I get. Yeah. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure yet.
Yeah, this is 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Eastern tip, and Nemhard would be in the 7 p.m. window. So we might not get that Nurk Q tag. Because the one thing I just want to put people on to is like the Nurk is the second last game to tip here, and the only game to get to is Spurs and Rockets. So you'd be swapping into like Fox or Castle or something like that.
Right. But you could swap the pods.
I'm done with pods after watching them play basketball last game.
Well, don't watch them play basketball.
It's a fucking train wreck, dude.
Just don't watch.
Okay, cool. Does this shift your perspective and whatnot on Laurie and Keontae George, knowing that they're both going to play this evening?
I like them both. I think Laurie wasn't cheap enough to take, and I still don't think he's full. You know, I mean, I don't think props think that he's full either. But I think Laurie's definitely draftable.
I have a hot take here, Nez. I got a hot take. Okay. Even if Nurk gets ruled out, you got no CLV on Laurie.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I think he's a fine play. Yeah. But yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Eggers is playing the same game as you there with the 42% Nurk and flag stances. That was where Nez was at too. How far in terms of ADP would you be willing to reach for Nurk? Well, now I think you can just wait for him to fall with the Q. So I'd be trying to encapsulate, some fifth and sixth round Nurk opposed to trying to push him up. But if you want to, make some stands on him, I think he's totally fine in the fourth or fringe third. Like if you took away the Q tag, what player is Nurk on this slate? Like 15, 16, 17, something like that?
Yeah, probably like 16.
Yeah, so it's like kind of like 10 spots. Back to back triple doubles from my guy. Woo. Yeah. I like it, dude. I like it. I'm absolutely shocked that I'm absolutely shocked that we are getting Laurie here. Like I thought he was an absolute lock to sit.
He had a lot of time off, and he's not hurt. Just a little bit of conditioning. And who would have thought that the professional basketball player was in good enough condition to play on a back-to-back?
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I don't think anybody thought he was going to play, but
yeah. Anybody else that you like here outside of these three?
No, I'm not going to draft any of those guys.
Yeah, could you swap to like Collier if you get no Nurk or anything like that? People were, jumping up and down to play Collier last night, or have things changed?
I don't think that's like a 1-to-1 there.
No, it was more with the Keontae George missing last night that people liked Collier.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance he still starts tonight, though.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, like. I don't know. Maybe not. I think it'd be like Cody Williams and Nurk have to be ruled out, and then there's like an outside shot. But yeah. Shout out to Davis. Dirt Bike Davis rolling through 5 Badge Rose memberships. Thank you so much. There. We're toying with tomorrow whether it's going to be paywall or not. But if it's going to be Baseball, I think we'll make it forward facing, Nez?
Yeah. Dinger show.
Yeah, dingers. Yeah, got to show off Lowry in case the Warriors want to trade for him. There you go. Give him Jimmy Butler, Kuminga, and Pods. No, you can't. That's too. Maybe that's too much. Some kind words there to go along with the memberships. Going back to the beginning to catch up on everything, but just wanted to send some love before I rewind. Thanks for the content. As always, appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for tapping in on a day-to-day basis. We're just having fun out here drafting teams together. Warriors, Nez, anybody other than Steph? What do you think?
No, don't think so.
Okay. No concerns about the probable tag tonight. Sits the second night of the back-to-back versus the T-Wolves there, and then they get like a lowly Jazz team tonight. But Draymond gets listed in, but then he still has the probable. No Winhursts there. Steph's good to go.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident about Steph. This team is decimated. It's the Steph show. They've been pretty bad too against opposing teams as well. So that's part of the reason why I like the Jazz so much on the other side. Really like Steph tonight.
Is Steph an absolute jam tonight in terms of like take him over, like Anthony Edwards, take him over, Sengun, take him over, LeBron, like take him over those tiers? Like is ADP correct?
Yeah, ADP's got it right on Steph, I think, for sure.
Okay, cool. Any love for Draymond? We never see ceiling from him. Any love for Pods in this like secondary unit? Or secondary.
I'm not drafting Pods, but like I said, I think for like swaps, I think I would use Pods as a swap. He's frustrating, but he's going to play a lot of minutes, and it's the Jazz. So if there's anybody where he can hit ceiling, it's against the Jazz,
Okay. Yeah. You know who this screams to me, and this is the music for tonight?
Who?
25 minutes of DeAnthony Melton, baby. This is DeAnthony Melton music. Not for our games, but for the pick'em lobbies right now. Oh, baby, I might be doing a little slide piece on DeAnthony Melton this evening.
Have at it. It's there for you.
Right. All right, dude. Last game on the slate is the lowest total on the slate and the second of the ESPN nationally televised games. It's the Rockets and Spurs. 220.5 here, 2.5 by way of the Rockets. We get 3 Rockets going in every single draft and get drafted at the front end of draft boards there. We just got that Steven Adams news out for the season. Obviously, Fred VanVleet is out here as well. And then on the Spurs side, we get the G Leaguers listed out. Shout out David Jones Garcia, who's killing the G League right now there. I think he's going to be in like the futures game as well, like the Young Stars, Rising Stars game or something like that. Jeremy Sohan has a Q tag here, and there was talks about exploring trades for him and stuff, but that just keeps muddying the water. That is the Spurs gross ass 11-man rotation. Wemby at 2 tonight is kind of like all on the Spurs side, and then we could talk about the Rocket stuff. Do you like any other Spurs other than Wemby, and do you like Wemby at 2?
I'm taking Wemby at 2. Yeah. It's 30 minutes of Wemby. These teams always play each other tough. I can understand not having Wemby 2, but I'm playing Wemby 2. Okay. So respecting ADP in that regard. These other Spurs, though, I am not taking. I think I've taken Castle once or twice. That was it for me. I never take Fox, but I think Castle is definitely forgotten about in this spot, and he plays a lot, and I still think he can get home. Like he had a decent game the last time he played the Rockets, so I don't think it's a terrible click by any means, especially because of the ownership. Like you're talking, minuscule on Castle tonight.
Yeah, he probably, I don't know who does. Almond probably guards Fox and has like the more of the on-ball stuff, or like he kind of switches between, Fox and Castle. What do you think on that one?
Probably Castle, I thought.
Yeah, that's not my favorite then. Yeah, I'm just trying to think through it here. Like, where's Jabari go then? I don't know. I mean, like, I don't love Sengun versus Wemby. I don't love, either of these handlers versus Almond. Yeah, this is a tough spot.
It is a tough spot.
Yeah, hence the low total. Fantasy unfriendly game of the night. And they've just been playing let's go. I don't want to speak out of turn here. Let me find the Spurs most recent here. They played a 104-95 Pelicans game here. And Wemby was in there. And it's just Fox plays 34, Wemby plays 31, Champagny plays 29, Castle plays 28, 27 for Keldon, 25 for Vassell. Man, these minutes, dude. Barnes plays 20. They just play a competitive, low-scoring, ugly basketball game, and they play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 deep. Yeah. Okay. 9 or 10. Yeah, I General Blue's asking, wouldn't it make Fox better if he's away from the almond stuff? I think it would, but I think
I think
he gets almond.
I just don't like De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, he literally needs 30 real life basketball points to matter in fantasy.
Exactly. A couple 40s mixed in there in some good spots, but yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but if Trey Jones can cook almond, why can't he? Who knows? Let's talk about the Rockets there. Nez, you said you were a little bit out on the Sengun stuff. It's obviously a bad spot there. I would venture to guess that, I don't know, Almond, I really struggle with him, dude. Just because he just doesn't try and score anymore. I really struggle with him, but he's putting up, some decent box scores here. A lot of it's tethered to the minutes. I got a really gross, disgusting comp here. You ready for this?
No, I don't think so.
Fantasy take only. In terms of the band of projection tethered to minutes, Almond is fancy VJ Edgecombe. They both only score fantasy points if they play 41 minutes. They're both a fantasy point per minute guy when another guy's removed from the floor, but then they're just the fourth option when somebody else isn't. Almond's a way better basketball player, and it's not a basketball-based comp. It's just how they score fantasy points. Just in terms of if you're looking at them on the spreadsheet, they're not that far apart on the spreadsheet.
They're not, but Almond's been playing pretty good ball lately.
Yeah, he's been playing much better.
Yeah, his assists are up, his rebounds are up. Over the last 10 or 5.
Assist.
I kind of like Almond.
Okay. I would say that the rebounding stuff, less of the double big lineup without Steven Adams, helps him in terms of the rebounding dynamic, and then the games that Tari Eason missed helped him as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's necessarily worth his ADP, but I do think that he has a pretty he has a better floor than I think people give credit for.
Okay. I think he has a really strong floor. I think that's the best thing he has is minutes and floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think KD has the best opportunity to score 35 actual tonight out of this group. 3 straight games of 30 plus, probably gets the softest matchup on the other side. Maybe Wemby gets switched on to him a couple times and it's tough to shoot over, but I'd probably be team KD here tonight, I think.
Yeah, I like KD. I like him more than Sengun.
Respect.
Yeah. So that's how I'm playing it. It's tough for me to get Sengun tonight, but I'm gonna try to not be totally out.
Yeah, it's really hard to be jumping up and down excited about this game, in general. Lowest total on the slate.
Yeah, for sure.
2 good defensive teams, both run decently, 9 to 10. Yeah. Any love for Tari or Jabari?
I'm not getting there. The game just isn't very exciting at all. So I'm not getting it either of those two. No thanks.
Yeah. I mean, if Tari scored 44 fantasy points and led the team with like 31 minutes, not led the team in minutes, but led the team with fantasy points, and it was just kind of like flat across the board, and he scored 44 in the last round, which is like an extreme right tail, it probably still won't matter for our slate dynamic.
Yeah, no, I really don't think so. The only thing you can, I guess, say is like if you want to do DVP, Şengün in 2 matchups against the Rockets has cooked.
Okay, I'm listening. What's he done?
Wemby's been in these games as well.
Okay.
He's averaging 22.5 with 10.5 boards, 8.5 dimes, and 2 stocks in these games.
Wow,
against
that's very
the Spurs.
Wow.
I'm telling you, man, they do. He does not like the Spurs. He really doesn't. Yeah, those are all better. Those are all better than his season averages, minus the stocks. He averages 2.5 stocks.
Minus 2.5 stocks. Okay, yeah, all right. I'll hear you out on that then. All right, dude. That's all the games. That's all I got. Those were some drafts. Let's see what happens. That was a lot of games.
It was a lot of games.
Let's do it.
How many are you going to do tonight?
50. 40. 40. Something like that.
Yeah.
Just played hockey too late last night, then was tired this morning and slept in. And then and then I got something this afternoon too. So I'm gonna do as many as I can before lock, and then that'll be that.
I'm not sure how many I'm gonna do. I'm at 40 right now. The last slate, I did way more than I anticipated because of the late Jock Landale active news. And I thought that was a really big deal. So I jammed like 40 more than I wanted to.
Sure.
Today, I don't think there's a lot of news to be like waiting on.
Even if the Nurk stuff breaks, it's kind of like, what do you do about it?
I know. I already have a lot. So like,
yeah,
it's tough.
I don't know why I do this. I got these guys max entering for free. Yeah. All right, Wemby at 2.
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to do the models, but
see Wemby at 2, baby. Buster Boys, baby, he's in here. Let's go.
Finally.
What's up to business? I'm the Donovan Mitchell of Underdog. I fucking let everybody know, baby.
I feel like I haven't seen a lot of busters lately.
No?
I don't know why that is, but yeah.
We got our guy Big Fungi in here. We got J Cam who's hanging out in the chat. We got Magikarp hanging out. Shout out to Magikarp. Already took down a seat. What up, Chris? What's good, baby? Easy to draft some bonus on site credit. Ask comment.
It is.
No, don't bring the dog bowl back to. I'll try my best to bring the dog bowl back to the Pacific Northwest, but don't bring the dog bowl to the Pacific Northwest. Don't bring it here. I want sunshine and beaches, baby.
I still have never been to the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, come over. Well, as soon as we got the bigger house, I'll get you over here. That's what we got to do. All right, dude. Pascal's here. KD for a little bit of game correlation and scoring upside. Scotty's here. LeBron's been pushing up. Dude, I kind of like KD here, but I'd hear you out on anything.
I usually do Siakam, but KD's cool.
Okay, if you usually do Siakam, I want a different combo than you, so I'm gonna do KD.
Yeah, typically been doing Siakam.
Finally found the guys I always go against. I love it. I love that.
Easy.
What took you so long? We've been here every day. Lucas Scott.
What's your handle?
Yeah, what is your handle? Siakam comes back to us. Do we just have to take Siakam now? It is quite a big projection difference according to the solver.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Okay. I'm cool with it. It's a good spot for him. Who would be your favorite pull up in the third round play? I know you mentioned
pull up in the third round.
Yeah, to pair with your Wembys and your Lucas that nobody else is doing.
Maybe Giddey.
I kind of like it too, dude. What if Giddey just starts and plays 32, 33 tonight?
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody's going to pair him.
I think he starts.
Luka. The one bad thing I could say is maybe Giddey's fallen back to the left side of the board at some point recently, but I don't know. Be hard pressed. JJJ goes there. Julius Randle's your boy, dude. He comes all the way back to us. He does look like quite the stark tier break here. Is this a palatable price tag for Julius Randle?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
All right. We're clicking the projections right now. We'll see what we do in these last couple rounds.
That's just good old fashioned ADP value.
Oh. Neezy, baby. That damn Nez got me again. Good shit. All right, my guys, here we go. The OG Kush. The OG Kush is off the schneid now. We like him again. Nurk Q tag or something else?
Who would it be if it wasn't Nurk for you?
Onyeka. I like Onyeka tonight.
Take Onyeka. Double
Take
scroll.
Onyeka, baby. We're scrolling. We're doing two fifth rounders or 2 6th rounders on this team. Wow, Julius Randle hometown game narrative. Shit, Sanjay Rich is on it tonight.
Wow, even I missed that.
Wow. Nurk is falling a decent amount here. So these are the spots in which encapsulating Nurk is kind of going to be the alpha. You know, there's not that much swap dynamic. Like Buster Boys will take it right here, right? Wow, he goes flag ball. All right. Okay. I see you, Buster. I see you. He doesn't think Nurk's playing basketball tonight. J-Cam with a Rudy Gobert pull up. I like that. We had Randall, so we didn't consider that one.
There goes Nurk.
There goes Nurk indeed. Nurk at 32 is the new alpha. JB, Ant, Bam, Vooch, BI, Nurk. Seems decent. Shout out to the Dawg. Interesting to see Magikarp do the George plus Lowry paired together. What do you think about that?
I think it's okay because I don't think the Warriors are very good right now.
Okay. Desmond Bain is the projection darling here. Emmanuel Quickly is fine. I don't like Nemhard with Siakam. Najee Marshall is like a hedge if what's his nuts doesn't play. Cooper Flag doesn't play.
Right.
Con, Powell,
Norm, Jaime. There you go.
All right. Nez wants Norm, so I take Jaime. Let's go, baby. Flat 36 ADP is getting us to the bowl. Victor Wembanyama with Kevin Durant as a little game stack correlation. We get an ADP faller in Pascal Siakam. We get an ADP faller in Julius Randle, and we go ahead and waste those ADP values by scrolling the F down twice here and taking a 31.9 and a 36 at 26 and 35 there. Onyeka Okongwu and Jaime Jaquez Jr. Love to see it. Yes, I'm still in Bryson DeChambeau from the chirp earlier. Nez, what do you think? One last one and call it a show?
Yeah, let's get in one more.
One last dog bowl here. One more spot in the dog bowl here.
35% full right now. We've got
101 is what I got, boy.
A little under 3 hours to lock.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is pacing okay. Seems like it feels like it's better than what it has been.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's pretty clean slate too. It's pretty clean slate just in general.
Right.
When I told my dad that I got a dog bowl seat and I was like showing him the leaderboard and stuff like that, and I was showing him like all the names at the top, that I was like, oh, this guy's a part of our community. This guy's a part of our community. Like these guys really sweet. And then Miso Tuna's in the draft right now. And I was like, and the Miso Tuna, man, this guy's the millionaire. This is the millionaire right here, Dad. I was just like joking around, but I was showing him the guy's screen name. And then my dad's like, that says nothing remotely close to Miso Tuna, right? And that's like a national park. And I was like, Dad, yes, don't worry, man. I got you.
How does your dad know what that says? Come on.
He's sharp.
We're the only ones that don't know shit about shit here.
He's sharp, dude. Unlike his son, he's sharp, man. Magic Carp's got Wemby at 2, another dog bowl qualifier, so always taking notes. Shout out to Low Fireball, was a dog bowl qualifier last year. J-Cam's in this one again. The Miso Tuna has been so close 2 occasions there. He came 3rd place in one of them. Hopefully he can cash a ticket. And shout out to J-Sam, man. J-Sam had some really good stuff in the NFL streets this season and was a +1 with the Jay Baconator to the NFL dog bowl. So hopefully J-Sam can find his way there.
Yeah, shout out J-Sam. Big fan of him. Chopped up with him quite a bit.
Yeah.
The dog bowl.
Him and Jay Baconator are fucking sharp dudes, man.
They're very sharp.
Yeah. So LeBron goes, Nez. Pascal Siakam goes. Is this just like a Scotty KD is kind of like the chalky, non-chalky click?
I think so. Like, what do you do if you don't do that?
We do the double pull-up, baby. We do the double pull-up. We do Bam and Giddy, we do... I mean, I think 2 10s and a non... I think 2 ADP 10 guys and not LeBron is actually probably unique enough to select here. But like the solver's telling you Cat is in play too. And like Cat's a little bit of a pull up and he's got some correlation with Scotty if that game goes nuke. But let's go with KD.
I just don't think you pass that up. Like I know we're on stream and we want to mix and match, but I just don't think you pass that up.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sanjay Rich played high school ball at the same school as Julius Randle. That's cool.
What?
Pretty sweet. A year after. Like? He was a year after. Okay.
Wow.
Pretty cool. I love these tie-ins that guys have playing sports, man.
Yeah, that's a fun one to name drop.
Yeah. Who's the best athlete you think you ever played against any sport?
Probably Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, Tyler Boyd. Yeah.
Yeah, in basketball.
Yeah.
He's probably a better athlete than TJ McConnell. What do you think?
Okay, buddy, relax. I don't know. One's in the league still. Derek White goes there. Giddey goes. Randall kind of stays in that band of projection. We could do the Brandon Miller stuff. We could do the Lowry Markkinen. We could do Melo. We could do Nurk. Dude, I kind of want to flip the board a little bit here.
Okay.
I want to do Melo and Lowry. And then scroll with the last round.
Flip it. Yeah, do it.
Like, I don't think these two will be paired together all that much. I think they do both have like right tail outcomes that are like pretty nasty if it happens to get there. I don't think it's very likely that either of them play over 30 tonight. But in the instance that they do play over 30, I think the teams in which will look good on paper will be like Lowry in the 5th or Melo in the 6th. Like, it'll be like that, and it'll be seldomly paired together with Luka because nobody wanted to take this risk on early in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I if you're looking for uniqueness, there you have it.
Oh, man, I love these rolling in the chat here. So Fantasy Football Garage is telling us played rec with Miles Turner when he was at UT. That's cool, yeah, for sure. Oh. Yeah.
I can't believe they let Miles Turner play rec.
Yeah, that's true, eh?
You know, like if you're on the team, normally like...
Yeah, you don't get to play rec. Yeah.
No.
Just cooking kids half his size at lunch.
That's sweet, though.
Wow, Maxey and P. Jail for Sanjay Rich. That's cool. Lonzo, year before. Melo got to high school. Wow.
What?
That's very cool. I think the toughest pitcher I ever faced was Paxton. Like Paxton, left-handed, upper 90s. Like Paxton he was that dude. Hockey players, I could go down the line. Like, I played against some really good players. How quickly Bane, Gobert, J Sam's watching the show, going with this Gobert a Kongwu play. Love that. Nemhard is here. Anthony Black is here. Najee Marshall's here. Who do you like, Nez?
Probably Nemhard.
All right. Yeah, I think Nemhard and Kobe White both have some ceiling in the last round. I think Najee has some contingent upside. Fox is fine, but I don't love it. Pritchard's okay, but I don't love it. Yeah, not bad. All right, guys. Final team on the show. Luka plus Scotty plus KD. Then we go Melo, Lowry, Nemhard. Not bad, man. Not bad. No, Betsy's way too young for me. We've snapped it around one time because during COVID, they used to just get like free ice for like him and some other guys. And I just, I'm a rink rat. So I was just like hanging around and like shooting pucks and whatever. And they just happened to be out there. So like I saw them and like had my skates on and stuff and like hopped out. It was like him, Celebrini, and another guy and like a coach. So then I just like I hopped on the ice for like 3 seconds just to say what up, but I never played. They're much younger. Oh, Jamal Crawford. That's nasty.
That's super fun.
Dude, he's like one of my favorite players ever.
He's your dad's cousin?
Dad's cousin. Wow. I've told the Jamal Crawford story on the program before, but he's a Seattle guy. And we used to have a tournament every single year called the Dolphin Park Classic. And it was like all the best kids from around here and all the best college kids would just play like, Rutgers Park style, like rec league ball out there. But it was an outdoor organized tournament. And Jamal would come up almost like every year. And he'd bring like a team from Seattle of just like his boys and him. And like, It was the coolest thing in the world being like, I was probably like last year of high school or second last year of high school. And he's just like out there, like just doing his thing. But he would do like the crazy shit, like off the tip. I'll vividly remember off the tip, he turns to the wrong basket and starts doing like these, like through the legs, through the knees, like swag ass dribbles. and then turns around and hits a three-quarter court like three, like right off the tip to start the game. And it was like, holy shit, this guy's swag as hell. Like, this guy's so cool. Yeah. One of my favorite like basketball memories. It's like that. Yeah.
That's such a hilarious move.
Yeah. Oh, it was so cool, man. So cool. Oh man.
That's great.
Wow. Mathology played against Matt Bonner. That's cool.
Whoa.
Raymond Felton is a large man now. I think I could beat him off the dribble now. Famous last words, but I think at this point in time, I think I could beat Raymond Felton off the dribble.
Hey, respect, man. We all get past our prime every now and then.
Oh, N'Keal Harry was his teammate for a few NFL league flag football tournaments. That's cool. Man, I love hearing these, man. Ron Harper Jr., let's go, man. I love when the chat balls out like this and shows off. This is sweet. All right, guys.
That's awesome.
Okay, best of luck cashing tickets tonight in the Dog Bowls.
Yes.
I'll be in the next 38 of them or so. Best of luck to you, Nez, in particular. No offense to the community. I'd love to see some community members there, but I'm rooting for my guy, Nez101 here. Yeah, any parting words for the people?
See you in the lobbies. I'll be in there. We got what do we say? Dinger tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dog Bowl Friday, and then tonight I'm hopping on with the Fantasy Football Garage, aka Candyman, for some golf content. So he's going to walk me through his favorite Albie plays, his favorite Farmers Insurance plays, and yeah, we're gonna hit off. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So awesome. Check it out over on his channel.
Okay, I will make sure I star that and put that somewhere down here in the featured on tab. If you guys are interested in some golf stuff tonight, wow, man, we got some Jaquez Rogers rolling through from Shasta. Like, that's a deep cut name. Vanek, Vanek had some nice years, man. Buffalo guy, right? Vanek was good. Tobias Harris. Man, the boys are cooking right now.
Wow, man. They got me beat big time.
This is legit. All right, guys. Best of luck in the streets tonight. Some dinger content tomorrow. Nez doing PGA tonight. Link will be down here on the Fantasy Football Garage. And then Friday we'll be off and on the clock where we will be doing Dog Bowl yet again. All right, best of luck tonight. Everybody's favorite time of the show. The end. Peace.